I'm Brita, the questioning quilter, and this month is another Harlequin quilt. Now, those of you who have been watching me for a while may have noticed that periodically I will introduce a new concept in block making. Today's topic is mirror image blocks. Now, don't worry, it's super easy and I'm going to walk you through it, and I'm going to show you how to make 3 different layouts. The first, very simple chevron quilt. The second, I'm calling string of O's. And this last one, I'm calling hugs and kisses because of all the X's and the O's. And if you stay around to the very end, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of what will happen when we ultimately start making disappearing Harlequin quilts. Woohoo! These quilts require 2 Harlequin blocks. One is a regular Harlequin block, and the other is a mirror image of that Harlequin block. And I've been looking for a project to introduce the concept of mirror image blocks, and I chose this one because it's so straightforward. As you see, we have one block pointed to the left, the other one is pointed to the right, just like their mirror image of each other. Now, to make these blocks is pretty simple. Each Harlequin block requires 4 half-square triangles. Now, I made these half-square triangles with 5-inch squares, but you can really use any size that you like. Now, to make this standard, we have the white is going to the upper right. So white to the right for the standard. There's the red diamond. And now we're going to do this, the blue diamond, white to the right. And line these up so they form 2 diamonds. You'll sew the diamonds together to get the Harlequin block. Now, to do the mirror image Harlequin block, we're going to make the white go to the upper left instead of the upper right. So it's to the right, to the left. Sew these together to get a blue diamond. For the red diamond, white to the left. So the diamonds together, and we will get a Harlequin block. Now, just for reference, each of these Harlequin blocks will measure 9.5 inches. Now that all the blocks are made, the first layout is, well, the most obvious. We're just going to put them together the same way we made them. So there's the standard Harlequin, and here's the mirror image. And look how it makes this really nice chevron here. Now we're going to take a regular Harlequin again, put it in. Oh, look, it makes a red chevron. And we're just going to do the next row just the same. Regular chevron, mirror image. And we just keep putting them together till they're all on the wall. And when all the pieces are put together, it looks like this. One of the things that I like about this, besides how easy it is I like the red chevrons going up and the blue chevrons coming down. Now, like always, here's what it looks like if it's made entirely of scraps. And for people just looking for a 2-color quilt, here's how it looks with just blue and white. And now for layout number 2. For the second layout, we're going to start with the mirror image. So we're going to make the first row with the blue coming up here. So what happens is, now here's the regular Harlequin block. So we're making the blue chevron go up and the red chevron go down. Now the next row is going to be just like the first row on the last layout. See, we've got the regular Harlequin, and now we have the mirror image Harlequin and the regular Harlequin. Now, this looks like you have O's and X's, but let's put all the rest of the rows together. So now you can see that instead of looking like X's, because we added more rows, these now look like red O's and blue O's. So I call these strings of O's. Of course, you could give it any name that you wanted. Now, again, this is what it looks like with all scraps and with just blue and white. And now to the third layout. For the third layout, we're going to make 2 motifs that are made of 4 blocks each. So the first motif is going to look familiar because it's what we just made in the last layout. You're going to take the right-leaning and the left-leaning Harlequin blocks, put them together, and then the left-leaning and right-leaning blocks. So these 4 blocks put together make the O motif. So I'm calling this the O motif. Now, the second motif, you're going to take the block and you're going to turn it sideways. See, so this was right side up. This is sideways. And we're going to take these blue pieces, and this one's sideways, and we're going to make a sideways chevron. And then we're going to take another one and put it this way, and you'll notice that the 2 sideways chevrons make an X. So this is the X motif and the O motif, and we're going to build the quilt just by putting these motifs together. Here's what it looks like when it's all put together. I call it hugs and kisses because of all of the X's and O's. It also kind of looks like a tic-tac-toe board. Now, you can, as always, make it with scraps or just 2 colors. I have blue and white, but I think it looks better with these 3 colors. What do you think? Now, truth is here that all of these quilts could be made using the diamond blocks without turning them into harlequins. Now, well, except for this last one, it really is a little bit easier to keep track of when you're using the harlequins blocks. But the reason I'm teaching you this is because I want you to see what happens when we ultimately use harlequin blocks to make disappearing quilts. Ooh. Now, this is design A. Now, I'm not going to show this next month because my viewers told me they like me to jump around. Here's layout 2, but this is on my schedule for this winter. And this is layout 3. Now, the biggest challenge I have is trying to decide which one of these designs to make as the cover image. So I'm hoping that maybe you can help me. Give me a vote for which one you like best. Now, check out my other videos if you haven't already. Stay well and happy quilting.